So what you're going to want to bring, in addition to the items listed up on the left, are at least Ganodermic magic armor, chaotic staff, or your best staff from using magic. I brought Barrow's gloves because they're the best all-around combat gloves, and Trickster boots because they boost magic and ranged without hindering your melee abilities. I brought Armadillo armor to switch into with bespoke weapon and amulet for melee and range switches as well. I didn't bring any extra melee armor because Armadillo is fairly decent for that. You're going to want to have Blood Barrage at the ready. Of course, a pickaxe and a polypore staff with a couple hundred charges. The pickaxe in the tool belt should work if you're using a melee attack, but some players have had issues with it, so I would suggest bringing a pickaxe along just in case you end up having issues. So summon your Steel Titan and venture into the cave. For wave 1, have your ranged protect on. Looks like I goofed on this a little bit. And you could use Blood Barrage to play it safe, but I'm using melee here to speed things up a little bit. I'm using Ganodermic armor for meleeing just because Armadillo lowers your accuracy a tiny bit, and I'm trying to speed it up for myself. Keep your Steel Titan aggressive on the monsters in here. You shouldn't get hurt too much. If your health falls around a half or so, you can switch to Blood Barrage to get your health back. But for these first few waves, it's basically just keeping range protect on and meleeing the monsters or Blood Barraging them, whatever you prefer. At the end of wave 1, there will be an invulnerability crystal. Pick that up and save it for later. So in this guide video, I'm not going to be reminding you to drink your overloads or your prayer renewals or your super restores. You will have to keep an eye on those yourselves because it's different for everybody. You can just pay attention to when I'm doing it in the video. Basically just keep an overload and prayer renewal active at all times and keep your health and prayer up pretty high. Your health should not fall very low if you're using Blood Barrage and following this guide closely, but if it does, you have Sarah Brews and Super Restores as backup. I like to use the restoration crystals when my health and prayer run a little bit low. The benefit of these is that they have absolutely zero cooldown. You can just treat it as a really nice piece of food and a prayer potion, and then you'll be able to use another crystal immediately after if you choose to. At the beginning of Wave 5, I decided to switch to using Blood Barrage because my health had fallen a little bit low. On Wave 5, there will be one of these Armadillo enemies that you could either lower their defense with your pickaxe or get your Steel Titan to hit through their shield. I used my Steel Titan here to hit through the shield. At the end of Wave 5, there's going to be a magic crystal that spawns, and you're going to want to take that at your earliest safe convenience. In Wave 6, there will be a couple mages that spawn, and they will be attacking you at the same time as the rangers. Keep on Protect from Ranged Prayer, and your Ganodermic armor should be able to soak up the magic damage that they use. If you're fighting the mages one-on-one, then you can just use Protect from Magic. On wave 7, since there are magic and ranged users, try to stand behind this safe wall and get them to attack you with only one combat style at a time so you can protect against it and be safe. During wave 8, go ahead and grab the ranged crystal in the center of the room and return back to the safe spot. Wave 9 is all rangers, so that's fairly straightforward and easy to deal with, although at the end of wave 9 make sure that you end up on the east side of the rock wall in the southern corner, because Jad will spawn on the west side, but he won't be able to see you if you're off to the east, and then you can deal with the ranger that spawns in the east corner at the beginning of wave 10. After dealing with the ranger in the corner, head west and deal with Jad the same as you did in the fight caves. When he stomps forward on his front legs, that's a ranged attack, and when he rears up on his hind legs, that is a magic attack. Wave 11 is all mages, so just put up Protect from Magic and deal with the mages however you'd like. This wave takes a little while to finish. On wave 12, keep Protect from Magic on, but deal with the rangers as quick as possible because you're not protecting from them. On wave 13, use the ranged crystal you picked up earlier to boost your ranged attack to 148 out of 99. You can hit some pretty high damage with this, and it makes these waves of all mages a little bit faster. You can go down into the safe spot to ensure that only one of the big mages attacks you at once. This can be helpful because they can hit through prayer a little bit. Go ahead and pick up the second invulnerability crystal. You shouldn't need it if you follow this guide closely, but in case accidents happen, it's good to have as a backup. On waves 15 and 16, get rid of the rangers first because you're protecting from magic. On waves 17 and 18, it is extremely helpful to hide in the safe spot as the waves begin, because there will be users of each of the 3 combat styles that will be attacking you at once, but in the safe spot you can avoid damage from all of them and or narrow it down so you're only fighting one style at a time. Use this safe spot to your advantage when dealing with these 2 monsters that can hit a lot of damage. As long as you hide behind the safe spot and wait for enemies to get into their stuck positions, you'll be able to pick them off in a nice, systematic manner. Wave 19 is all magic users. Put up the appropriate prayer and deal with them as you see fit. One important thing to note is that you need to stand in the southeast corner, similar as you did at the end of Wave 9, because Jad will spawn to the west, and he cannot see you if you're off in the southeast corner. It is also important to keep Protect from Magic up, as you are hiding in the southeast corner at the beginning of Wave 20. Next, head over to the west and deal with Jad the same as you did on Wave 10. Put on Melee Protect when you're done with Jad. On Wave 21, you can run around the room and gather up the melee users. Once they're all bunched up, you can hit them all at once with Blood Barrage. At the beginning of Wave 22, you can use your Magic Crystal and switch to the Polypore Staff. With this bonus, the Polypore Staff is extremely powerful and can hit over 1400 or so and make very quick work of these monsters. When you get to the end of Wave 24, stand on the northeast corner of this center rock and put on Protect from Ranged. This corner of the rock will be a very helpful safe spot from here on out. Before you move off this spot, you need to make sure that the mage is in its terminal position directly south of where you're standing. Once you've dealt with the rangers, the meleeers and mage will be stuck behind the rock. You can travel directly north and they won't be able to attack you, but when you sidestep, they all will be able to attack you. So I would suggest attacking a meleeer and immediately stepping back to directly north of the safe spot so that only the meleeers can attack you. Then you can pray appropriately and deal with the mage afterwards. At the beginning of wave 26, put on Protect from Magic Prayer and deal with the Ranger as quickly as possible. You deal with the Meleeers and Mage at the end of wave 26, the same as you did in the previous wave. Go ahead and pick up the Invulnerability Crystal whenever it is safe to do so. Again, you only need one for the whole kiln, but it is a good idea to have extras since they stack up. On wave 27, deal with the Ranger as quickly as possible, then the rest of the wave is all Meleeers as a nice break from the previous waves. At the end of wave 27, return back to the safe spot and put on Protect from Magic Prayer. This next wave is going to have lots of dills and a level 400 mage attacking you all at the same time. Take care of the mage first while using your Steel Titans to hit through the dill's armor. Once the mage is dead, switch to using Protect from Melee and hit the dills with melee. You can see for me in the chat box that the pickaxe in my tool belt is working, but some players have had issue with it and then they would need to equip their pickaxe and hit with that, but I haven't seen that for myself. Keep your Steel Titan attacking the dills while you focus on separate ones to lower their shield and kill them with melee. Wave 29 is all Meleeers. At the end of wave 29, make sure that you're standing on the northeast corner of the center rock. This is extremely imperative to be sure that Jad does not attack you, because when you're in this spot he will not be able to, and you can just deal with the Meleeers by using Protect from Melee. After these two Meleeers are dead, the Meleeer inside of Jad will be able to hit you when Jad is able to hit you, so take care of that one first while being aware of Jad's attacks and prayer switching. If need be, step back into the safe spot and deal with the Meleeer separately. On wave 31, grab the magic crystal and deal with the Rangers. Wave 32 is all Meleeers, and it helps if you stand on the northeast corner of the center rock for the beginning of wave 33. Wave 33 just has 4 of the large mages, but if only 2 of them are attacking you at once due to you standing in the safe spot, that will be a little bit helpful. At the end of wave 33, make sure that you're standing in the safe spot because Jad will spawn on the next wave and will not be able to hit you if you're in the safe spot. At the beginning of wave 35, stand in the safe spot and use the invulnerability crystal. The meleeer and Jad will be able to hit you at the same time, so focus all your attention on killing the meleeer so then you can deal with Jad all by himself afterwards. It's good practice to keep prayer switching even when you have the invulnerability crystal active, because it may expire while Jad is still hitting you. At the end of wave 35, make sure that you're in the safe spot because on the next wave 2 Jads will spawn on the opposite side. While you're in the safe spot, neither of them will be able to attack you, so you do not need to use an invulnerability crystal. Your Steel Titan should be able to attack Jad while you're in the safe spot, so if you want to play it really safe you can just do it that way, or you can sidestep and deal with the Jads one by one. When you sidestep from the safe spot, only one of the Jads should be able to hit you. The last boss is on wave 37. For this boss, use Polypore with the magic crystal again, and use Protect from Ranged. There will be ranged attacks and magic attacks that can hit you on this wave, but your Ganodermic armor, or whatever magic armor you choose, should be able to absorb magic better than it does ranged damage. As you can see, Polypore with the magic crystal does extremely well on the final boss. The longer this fight goes, the more tentacles will pop up and damage you, and then the boss will go back under the lava for several moments while you have to deal with the tentacles that pop up. I managed to kill the boss before he went in the lava, and that is why I highly recommend using Polypore with the magic crystal. It makes this a lot simpler fight. You could switch to Blood Barrage to help heal while fighting the tentacles, but it is probably not necessary. So when you beat the boss, you have a 1 in 50 chance of getting the Har-Aken egg. I didn't get it. You can also exchange the cape that you got for a chance at getting the egg again. It's again 1 in 50. In total, this fight took about 50 minutes. It used 386 Blood Barrage casts, 96 Steel Titan scrolls, 10 doses of Overload and Prayer Renewal, and I did not use any Cerdamin brews, and I had, looks like 3 sips of Super Restore Potion. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope this has been a helpful guide.